Hey YouTube, Chris here from IELTSadvantage.com with another live lesson, and in today's lesson we're going to look at how to find the best preparation material. So think about the material that you use to prepare for the test as food, and think of yourself as an Olympic athlete or a footballer. So imagine you're going to the Olympics and you're training, or you're preparing for a big football match and you're training and you're putting terrible food into your body. Are you going to perform at the highest level? No, it doesn't matter how much training you do or how much hard work you put in. If the fuel for your body is not right, you're not going to perform. Same with the preparation material. A lot of the material out there is amazing. A lot of the material out there is great. There's some great teachers out there. The majority is not. So if you are using poor materials, doesn't matter how hard you work or how talented you are or how good your English is, you're not going to perform at the optimal level. So let's talk about how to find the best material so you don't make that mistake. So what we're going to look at is, first of all, we're going to look at what materials we're going to talk about, because there's a lot of things that I've either talked about in the past or just not relevant. We're going to look at why this is important. We alluded to that, but I'm also going to share with you a little secret that a lot of websites won't be very happy with me sharing. So stay tuned for that. Number 3, we're going to look at 4 warning signs. So 4 things you can look out for when you're looking at a website or a book or a course or a school. 4 little things that if any of those are there, you know that you can't trust those materials or schools or whatever. And then we'll look at 4 trusted sources that I have been looking at for years, and I know that a lot of students have benefited from. So I'm going to give you 4 websites that you can use. They're not all my websites, and I'm not affiliated with any of these sites, just trying to give you free information and information that you know is trustworthy. So we're not going to look at books today because I already have an article on my website, so you can go to IELTSadvantage.com or just Google IELTS Advantage Trusted Books or IELTS Advantage Best IELTS Books, and it will take you to that article. We're not going to talk about practice tests or online courses because I've already made a video on these, so you can have a look back on our YouTube channel to have a look at where to find the best practice material and how to find the best online courses. Just have a look throughout our channel and you'll find those. What we're going to look at today is primarily websites. There's a huge number of IELTS websites out there, and social media. YouTube and Facebook and Instagram are just exploding with IELTS content. There's a huge amount of it. There's no barrier to entry. Anybody, my 4-year-old son could create a video these days for Facebook or YouTube on IELTS and put it up there, even though he's quite a smart kid, but I wouldn't take any advice on him about the IELTS test. Huge amount of material out there. You need to know what you can trust and what you can't trust, because it's obviously very important. The vast majority of material out there is not reliable, all right? I wish it was, but it's not, all right? Again, there's no barrier to entry. Anybody can call themselves an IELTS expert. Anybody can set up a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, and start calling themselves an IELTS expert and give you advice on this. Obviously, if you're using unreliable material, you are probably going to fail, all right? Again, that analogy of consuming the wrong food, if you're an athlete, same as an IELTS student. If you're looking at the wrong courses or books, looking at stuff that has been created by people who don't really know what they're doing, then you are probably going to fail, all right? So be very, very, very careful and watch the rest of this video to learn about the 4 warning signs. But let's look at the little secret that I'm going to share with you, something that a lot of websites don't want you to know about. Okay, so what they do is they create content. That could be Facebook posts, that could be YouTube videos, blog articles. And why are they doing that? Well, there's 2 reasons why they're doing that. One, they want you to go to their website so that you will click on ads. If you click on ads, they make money. So it's through a program called Google AdSense, or there's a lot of other programs out there. Like, because we get students saying, well, they are providing all this material and it's all free. So why are they doing this? It's like, it's not free. If you go to their website, they make money through you clicking ads, and they make money through clicks. All right, we do not have any ads on our website. That's one of the reasons, because we want to show people that we are trustworthy. Having ads on your site is not bad. However, tricking people to go to your website by putting content up there that is either not reliable or you've stolen from other people, they're tricking you into going to their website. So, are you comfortable dealing with people who are trying to trick you? The other thing we see, especially on social media, is places that are, in just a normal school in a city or a language center. And what they'll do is they'll create a Facebook page or a YouTube channel, and they are basically just promoting their courses. They want you to look at their material, look at their content, so that you will see, oh, this school's in my local town or my local city, they must be great, and I'll go to them, spend some money. But if the material is unreliable, then you're going to find out that their courses are useless and they don't really know what they're doing. That doesn't mean that everybody who creates content is doing this, or every school that creates free content is doing this. I'm talking about untrustworthy content, or content that has been stolen from other people. So next time you see this, this is what they're up to. So be very careful with that. So let's look at all of the different warning signs. There's 4 warning signs you should be aware of. Number 1 is plagiarism, stealing someone else's content. So this could be one of 2 different forms. Just straight up stealing a book and putting it online, putting a soft copy of a hard copy book online, for example, the Cambridge practice tests, and just putting that on their YouTube channel or their Facebook page. That is stealing. All right. If they are breaking the law, then do you think that you should trust their courses and their materials? Probably not. Another problem is people just, taking someone else's video or taking someone else's article, changing it slightly and pretending that it's their content. So why is this a warning sign? Because if people are doing this, it's telling you one thing: they don't know anything about IELTS. If they did, they'd be able to create their own content. Maybe they know a little bit about IELTS, or they're just lazy and they don't want to do it, but even so, the vast majority of people stealing anything, so not just in the IELTS space, anyone stealing anything, are basically saying, I have no talent, or I can't do any of this, so I have to steal other people's work. So be very, very careful with that. It's a bit difficult to spot, especially the second one, but if you see a school that's stealing other people's content or repurposing it, then be very, very careful. You don't have to go to that school. Go somewhere else, because there are many, 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 many schools and great teachers that create original content. They don't have to do this. The second warning sign is false promises. All right, so you'll see this all the time. 100% of our students get a band 9. That's bullshit. Join our courses and you will get a band 9 in 2 weeks. Again, complete lies. They are not telling you this because it's true. They are lying to you so that you will pay money, go to their school, and you'll probably fail. One video that I saw recently that literally had more than 1 million views and had a huge number of comments saying like, oh my god, this is so brilliant, was a video talking about learn these 5 words to get a band 9. That's bullshit. You cannot learn 5 words and go from band 6 to a band 9. Band 6, someone who's barely able to operate in English, to someone who's an absolute expert native English level speaker, by learning 5 words. Does that make any sense? So the bigger the promises and the more unrealistic the promises, the bigger the warning sign. All right, and you'll see this a lot with not only language schools but online. Learn this list of band 9 words and you'll pass the test. Like, these things just do not exist. Warning sign number 3: if a lot of their content talks about tips, tricks, secrets, and cheats. All right, this is just telling you what you want to hear. This is a marketing tactic. So if the school or the teacher is saying, come to my school and I'll tell you this secret and you'll be able to pass the test, they're telling you that, and you're going to get to their school and you realize there is no secret. All right, there are no secrets to cheat. You cannot cheat the test. All right, so why are they saying this? Because they do not have the capacity, they do not have the ability to create real content. So instead of real content, they're talking about tips and tricks and secrets and cheats. Again, totally false. So that's a big, big warning sign. The last warning sign is something that I call Disney English, all right? Not related to Mickey Mouse, not related to the Disney company, but entertainment that is disguised as an English lesson, all right? So if your teacher or the person you're seeing on YouTube or Facebook spends more time on their appearance, on their hair, on their makeup, on their, and some boys wearing makeup as well, I've noticed, if you're doing that, rather than spending time writing a good lesson and spending the time helping students, then that's a big, big warning. It's style over substance. It's entertainment. It's not education. So you'll see this, you'll see a really good-looking guy or a really good-looking girl, and they're like, "Hi guys," and it's all very, very upbeat. But when you look behind the curtain, there's nothing there, all right? They're not actually helping anybody. They're entertaining people, but why are you doing this? All right, why are you learning IELTS? Are you learning IELTS to be entertained? Or are you learning IELTS to get a high score? Are you interested in results, or do you want to be entertained? If you want to be entertained, go to the cinema and watch a movie, or listen to a song, whatever you want to do. But if you need to be serious, and your teacher needs to be professional and needs to be serious, and if someone is acting like a clown or like Mickey Mouse on Facebook and YouTube rather than teaching you, that's a big, big warning sign. Again, you'll go to their school and you'll realize they might break out their guitar and sing you a song, but they're not going to teach you much about IELTS. So I'm sure you have an idiom like this in your own language, but all hat and no cattle. They talk a lot, but they don't actually teach a lot. They don't actually have anything to back up what they say. So if the content that you're seeing, if the materials that you're looking at could be YouTube, Facebook, a blog, a website, whatever it is, if they're stealing other people's content or making promises that they can't keep, or showing you tricks and secrets, or spending more time entertaining you than they are actually educating you, any of these 4 warning signs is a big, big problem. Because what will happen is, okay, you'll go to their website and you'll click on it, no big deal. But if you join one of their courses, if you go to one of their schools, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. Because why do you do any of these things? You steal other people's content because you don't know what you're doing and you're not capable of creating your own content. You make false promises and talk about tricks and cheats and talk about and entertain people because you do not have the ability to actually help people get results. So all of this is just a smoke screen, a cover for the fact that they do not know what they're doing, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble when you get to these courses because you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're going to fail the test. So again, be very, very careful when you're looking at any of these materials. Let's look at 4 sites that I trust. Obviously my site, I'm going to put that in, but these other 3 sites, I have no affiliation with them, I'm not close with them, I don't have any business arrangement with them or anything like that, and they're free sites, alright, so I'm not trying to get you to buy anything from them. IELTS Advantage is my website, obviously. We create more free content than anyone else in the world. We have this YouTube channel, our Facebook page, we have our website, we have our podcast. We produce free content, on a weekly basis, and try and help people as much as possible. Simon has probably been doing this for longer than anybody else. His website is great, his Facebook page is really good because he gives very simple, straightforward, easy to understand advice, and it's in a very concise, digestible way, or presented in a very concise, digestible way, and it's very, very, very reliable. IELTS Liz, her YouTube channel is great, go and check that out. If you like videos, she also has a really good website with a lot of great free information on there. IELTS Weekly is also very, very good. It's produced by Pauline Cullen, who has been, I think she either used to work for Cambridge or currently works for Cambridge, but she used to write the IELTS questions. She has written a number of books on IELTS, including the main Cambridge book, so she obviously knows what she's talking about. and the lessons that she has, or free lessons on her website, are very, very, very detailed and all spot on. Why are these websites to be trusted? Number one, they're original. Okay, so they don't have to steal other people's content because they know what they're talking about. So all the materials are created by them. They're all original materials. None of them are talking about tips, tricks, hacks, or cheats. None of them. In fact, all of them are saying the opposite, that you actually have to work hard and it's going to take you time to get the score that you need. Why are they all saying that? Because why would they say that if it wasn't true? They're all honest, all right? They're not trying to lie to you to get you to buy their product. We produce more free content than anyone else in the world, and our free content, we're very, very proud to say, is better than most other people's paid content, all right? We're not trying to get you to buy anything. We do have courses, but we only work with like 0.0001% of anybody who ever comes to our website. So all of these people are just trying honestly to help you. And they're all serious, all right? They're not running around in a costume and pretending they're Mickey Mouse to entertain you. Because what do they believe in? They believe in actually helping people. They believe in actually getting results for people. It's all about results. It's not about entertaining people and getting likes and getting people to visit their school so they'll join their school. It's not about that. All these 4 websites are trying to help people in an honest way and are dedicated to helping people get results by creating great free content. Again, I have no affiliation with them apart from that one because I own it. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you find that interesting and that will help you find the correct materials. If you want to go to my website, go to... So if we scroll back up here, my website is called IELTSadvantage.com, so you can put that into your URL or you can put that into Google and you'll find, if you go to the main homepage, you'll find all the free help and information you need. Task 1, Task 2, speaking, reading, listening and vocabulary. And you'll also find my email address up there, chris@IELTSadvantage.com. So if you have any questions, you can send me an email. Let me have a look to see if any of you guys have any questions. Hattie says she wants a video on planning an essay. I think we have already done a video on planning an essay. If you go to Google and put in IELTS Advantage, and then put in planning essay or planning writing, it'll show you. Definitely we have an article on our website about that. We might also have a video on that, so Google will help you find that. Rahul, Chris, you always taught us do not read Band 9 reading videos. You tell us to read newspapers. I don't understand your question, Rahul, but let me give you some quick advice on that. I think you're talking about when I mentioned don't look at lists of so-called Band 9 vocabulary. It's all about learning how to use vocabulary. All right, if you look at a list of vocabulary with definitions or with translations, you're not going to be able to use that vocabulary in an essay or when you're speaking in the test. All right, how you learn vocabulary is by reading a book or a website or a magazine or a newspaper or whatever it is, or listening. And when you notice a new word, note that word down, note all the information you need to remember that word, and then review that word and practice using that word, and that's going to help you use vocabulary. Because it's all about getting you to use actively your vocabulary, not learn lists. They're completely useless. Good question. Chris, how will we find out in which area we have done mistakes? So if you are serious about getting the scores you need to find out where you're going wrong. Like if you were unwell, you wouldn't like try and diagnose your own medical problems. You would go to a doctor and they tell you exactly what is wrong with you. Well, hopefully they would. Same with IELTS. You cannot read a book about IELTS, or you can't even go to my website and find out what your mistakes are. You won't be able to do that. Even though there's a huge number of articles and everything you need in there, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to need someone to give you one-on-one feedback, and you're going to have to spend money to do that. There's no other way around that. You're going to have to hire a good teacher, and the better the teacher, the more expensive that they're going to be. So you're going to have to spend a bit of money to get that. You can't look at free materials and get feedback. And be very careful with teachers who give feedback and it's very, 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 very cheap. They don't know what they're doing. Nobody who's really good at their job does it for a very, very low price or a very low wage. Chris, do you have a site for application to evaluate our essays? Writing Correction Service. So if you go to my website, Writing Correction Service, click on that, you'll get all the help you need. But you have to pay for it. Okay, so that seems like all the questions we're going to get today. There were some other questions, but I didn't understand them, or I just couldn't be bothered answering them. No, I don't mean that. All right, thanks very much, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed that video. My social media guy tells me that 70% of you who watch our videos are not subscribed, and he's not very happy about this. And he wants to get to 100,000 subscribers before Christmas. So please subscribe to give Justin a happy Christmas, all right? So in order to make Justin happy for Christmas, please subscribe, and I'll be the best Christmas present you could ever give him. So thank you very much, guys. Hope that you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on Friday. Not a live one on Friday, but a very, I don't want to say entertaining because we just shit all over people who make entertaining videos, but a very informative video on Friday. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.